As a hiring manager, what do you see or what do you look for in an ideal candidate who you think should be able to deliver good customer experience?
Oh,
Big question.
Okay, when I had to get very creative about this, and I found what to me was just like my favorite. So when I worked back at Hershey, we had a very big seasonal influx in our contact center where I essentially had to quadruple my staff for a little bit more than 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
To the point of everything we've talked about, though, I didn't just want anybody on the phone. I wanted somebody that was able to deliver an exceptional experience to our guests. And as you can imagine, like a typical one ad wasn't just going to get me there. So a couple places where I found just incredible talent that even to this day, when I am like helping people think about who to have in your service organization, here are a couple places where I work. The very first for me was people who work in hospitality or food service. If I was out to dinner with my wife and we had an incredible server, I was approaching them about a job in the contact center or in another aspect, because here are people who are often used to seeing people at their worst. And, you know, for a lot of our stuff where you're not having to actually be with the person face to face, they're like, hang on a second, I can de-escalate anybody, and not having to have them like look me in the eye and make me really scared was great. So I've always loved looking at people who are working in restaurants or hotel or even retail environments. Like, again, often they're very service-minded. They're accustomed to working with all flavors of people. So that was one candidate pool for me. Second thing that I actually look at are people who maybe have experience leading volunteer organizations but have been in a capacity where they have had to deal with the general public almost through like some sort of volunteering aspect. And I actually got this from my wife. So my wife now she actually is an employee, but she used to volunteer with the local soccer club. And as you can imagine, parents are people, and you get all sorts of just like wacky, zany stuff. And realize that, you know, in this case, volunteers are often like very well aligned with the mission. Like they're mission-minded people. Whatever the organization is, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so they're willing to see past just the silliness of people in pursuit of a mission. So that was often another aspect for me. It's like, hey, if you're willing to volunteer for a cause, you are someone who can be mission-minded. And with the organization does a good job of like articulating its mission and impact, you will find that, hey, if it's what they believe is an admirable or worthy cause, they're on board and they understand the cost of people being crazy sometimes. So that was a second for me. The last and the third was for, especially for me with seasonal work, were educators. And some of my best employees in my CX teams were either former teachers or they were people that were working for me in addition to being in the classroom. Again, talk about incredible work that is often way underpaid. And so you would have a number of them that were trying to supplement their income, and so would work either evenings or weekends or whatever it would be. So those are my three: service workers, people who have a propensity for volunteering and leadership aspects with volunteer organizations, and educators.
I like your approach because it resonates my choices as well. You are looking for personality. You're looking for talent that cannot be taught. You can train people with skills. Yeah.
So much is teachable. Someone's nature and ability to be passionate about something, to actually demonstrate their ability to be empathetic and gracious and kind and understand.
Yes, that's the ideal candidate persona, I'm sure. Yeah. Great insight, Justin. Thank you very much for your time today. Really insightful details, and looking forward to talk to you again some other day.
I'm so glad that we did this. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.